everybody. It's Allie. And welcome to our Y&R Chat for Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. Someone my age with red hair and glasses? No, Seth, I am certain that I have never met anyone like that in my entire life. Someone with red hair and glasses who's my age? I can't imagine. Really, Nikki? Because I feel like I've met 100 people just in the last 2 weeks that have met that description. And the second he said, oh, I don't know, she's maybe your age, I thought, what the hell is that supposed to mean, Seth? Someone my age. Oh, you mean 45? Uh-huh, Seth. Little twerp. Someone my age and red hair and glasses. What the hell is that supposed to mean, Seth? I can't believe that was enough to tip her off. I mean, seriously. She said, wait a minute. My age with red hair and glasses, that must be Jordan. This is your mystery friend, Isabel. I don't buy it. That's Jordan. Good deductive reasoning, Nikki. It is Jordan. And now Jordan may have just made her first mistake. I loved that cliffhanger because we left the week with Nikki in control and Jordan just about to take the bait. And the bait is Claire. Yes, little baby Claire, our lost little baby Eve Claire, out of the mental hospital, but still wearing beige. I'm sorry, but that is the rub of the week for me. It has been nothing but beige scrubs for months now. And then on her first day out, she chooses to wear a beige sweater set and slacks? I don't think so. Someone needed to put our little baby girl in some color. I'm ready for Claire to stop blending in and start standing out. I love beige as much as the next person. I love beige more than most people, but this is ridiculous. Well, I suppose that life at the luxurious Newman Ranch has got to be anything but beige for Claire. You know, I mean, it is going to be the way the grounds were described, like the spring-fed pond. Is that what they called it? There's a little spring-fed pond where Victoria goes looking for frogs. First of all, lie, false. Victoria's never touched a frog in her life. But I like the idea, and there's plenty of people. Oh, Allie, I mean, Claire, you've never ridden a horse in your life. Well, there's plenty of sexy ranch hands here to help show you how. This is a dream come true for me and her. I'm moving into the ranch. Wait a minute, I just get to live here? Ooh. The only catch is, Claire, we need you to be able to pull off this kooky plan to catch Jordan. You're part of putting that whole the plan to catch her in motion. And the plan is Victor's staging a fake photo and a press release that shows Claire showing up at Victoria's house like she's going to move in there and live there. And so then the idea is that this press release is going to go out, and then Jordan's going to see it, and she's going to assume that Claire's at Victoria's house. She's going to show up at Victoria's house to talk to Claire, and then that is when they're going to toss the net over her, drag her off to prison. Or at least that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong, and maybe it's changed now that Nikki has Seth on the hook, working with him, or he's helping her to reel Jordan in. I don't know. I could be a little lost on the plan exactly, because I got a little distracted. I get distracted by Jordan and her beautiful wig and glasses, and I don't know why we're calling it red, because it's brown. It's brown. She has a brown wig and glasses. And I just think it's gorgeous. It's less of a disguise and more of a makeover, if you ask me. I think it's fabulous. I love it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Jordan. I'm sure all of that action is going to be going down next week. But on the topic of makeovers, here's what I can tell you from this week. I want Cole to get a story. When is Cole going to get an actual story of his own? Because I don't necessarily need to see Cole reuniting with Victoria, but I want something more for him, because week after week now, I just don't want to leave it unsaid that Cole has been showing up in his sensible working man plaid ranch wear. And every time I see him, I think to myself, Cole is classic 70s, 80s soap cowboy. Daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter. He looks like he should be on a horse. Breaking my heart as he rides off into the sunset. Cole, I think we need to hook him up, or at least give him some kind of life beyond Claire. I mean, I'm going to enjoy the family bonding, but I want focus on Cole. And on the I liked at the end where, you know, Victor's like, come on, I'll show you the new head of security. Like, I like Cole being incorporated into the team. Sort of like Michael Baldwin. Michael Baldwin showed up as part of the Newman team this week with his hair looking better than ever. The hair, I don't know if you noticed it, but it was so coiffed. I mean, it had the perfect amount of oomph. And did you notice that he was wearing a purple paisley silk scarf around the suit? It's like, it was his outside silk scarf, but then he took off his outerwear and he just wore... He just wore the purple paisley silk scarf over the suit, which I thought was magic. I mean, the man is a magician. Michael practically waved the purple paisley silk scarf over the judge's head and magicked Claire right out of the mental hospital. And now I'm just waiting for him to pull a rabbit out of his hat for the encore. You know who we need to hook Cole up with? It's Nina. Because Nina and Cole were an item for a while. So I think, why not let them have a reunion? And they've both been stuck in, well, supporting roles for other people's romances for a while. And I'd really love to see them front and center with their own romance. I think that's a great idea. This week, Nina was supporting Christine's romantic issues. And it occurred to me that Nina is kind of like the original Mariah. She is kind of like the original best friend, giving the tart advice to the people around her. And I really especially appreciated the advice that Nina gave to Christine this week, because it was essentially, try stopping chasing Danny. Try not chasing Danny for a while. Why don't you try pulling away? Letting him see what he's missing. You know he wants you. He's wanted you forever. I think she even called Christine, you know you're the object of his affection. The object of his affection. So why don't you just remove yourself and let him see what it feels like to lose you. Throw yourself into work and just let the chips fall where they may. I think that is really fantastic advice. That is exactly what I would do. The only problem is, well, I mean, it's with as hardcore as Phyllis is coming at Danny right now. Christine pulling away means she could actually be risking losing him forever. Although, I mean, do you really want someone who's not going to be 100% committed to you anyway? Do you really want someone that can... Do you really want him if he can be pulled away by Phyllis? Because you know that Phyllis will not give up. Phyllis is unstoppable. It's one of the many things that I love about Phyllis, but it's also one of the many things that exhausts me about her. And I'm starting to think that Danny really does want her. I mean, of course he does. Of course he wants her. She's sexy. She's savvy. She's smart. She's red hot, you know? Of course that's appealing. And if he wasn't appealed, then why would he keep agreeing to meet with her at all? They were having drinks on Friday, and Danny announced that he's going to be leaving town in 2 weeks to go back on tour, which I hope isn't true. Phyllis said something like, hey, you know you can adjust these dates, don't go. So I hope it's not really true that he's leaving town, because I hope that's just something that he was saying, because I really want him to be staying. I mean, the second I'm like, oh, this is a Danny episode, I'm right there, I'm in it. But he told Phyllis that he's leaving town, and she was able to talk him into one more night together. And why wait for 2 weeks to do it? How about tonight? Why not tonight? Why don't you just give me what I want right now? Phyllis is a master. She is a master. Michael is a magician, and Phyllis is the master of disaster. Phyllis is the master of disaster. You know it. You know it. And she doesn't just want him to take her out to yet another takeout meal. Oh no. She wants the sauce. That's right. She wants Danny to take her to his place, I mean Daniel's place, and make her his famous recipe. I mean, he made it for Christine, so to be fair, you know, in the interest of fairness, he has to make it for her too. And you know he is going to do it. You know he's going to do it. Danny is going to give her the sauce, and he's going to cook for her too. Okay, Tucker did tell Audra this week about Ashley's hotel room break-in. I mean visit, but break-in. And, oh, that information sent Audra through the roof. We have reached next level with Ashley versus Audra. And this, to me, feels like such a very good, vampy, campy, soap opera girl rivalry pairing, because I think each of these ladies is perfectly capable of holding her own, while kind of snapping at the other one. It's not uneven. I think it's a good match, these two. And at the beginning of the week, Audra marched on over to Ashley's house to essentially assert her dominance over Tucker, and she got in a couple of good cracks at Ashley while she was at it, including kind of a subtle dig at Ashley's mental health and how the whole Paris thing was, doo-doo in her head. Doodle-doo. But then Ashley bit right back by saying, "What is it with you and Tucker? You got daddy issues or something?" Ooh-wee. Burn. You got daddy issues or something? I don't know. That just felt like, ooh. She didn't, but she did. Yeah, Audra is getting real possessive all of a sudden. She's had a taste of this thing that she's wanted for so long, and now all of a sudden she's not gonna lose it. She's gonna fight for it. She grabbed Tucker's phone right out of his hand when Ashley was calling him to schedule a drink, asking him if he wanted to go out for a drink. She just grabbed Tucker's phone away like he was a child or something. And I want to say that Tucker should probably be annoyed with all of this. But somehow, I'm sure he's enjoying it. I'm sure he's just like, this is interesting. Because Tucker just seems like he would be almost like he cares less about how it all turns out and more about how entertaining it is for him and me. Yeah, and he agreed to have the drink with Ashley, but asked Audra to come with him because, they're a couple now. I just want to bring you with me just to show the solidarity, not to further stir the pot and make Ashley jealous. Oh, no. Well, if that was the plan, it worked. It worked really well because Ashley got real jealous. She did not like the fact that Tucker would dare reject her. And right in front of Audra, no less. So Ashley played the one and only card that she really had left, which was a big, passionate kiss right in front of everyone, and then walked out the door. A big kiss, then walked right out the door. And Tucker wiped that kiss off of his lips as she was marching away. Did you notice that? He wiped the kiss off of his lips as she was walking away. Okay. I think he protests too much. That's what I think. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. And I think he likes it all. And he's just putting on, now he's just playing hard to get. Yeah, I mean, Ashley also declared to him that she wants him back, that she wants what they had back, she wants their marriage back, and she's saying that she's sorry. I mean, there's no way he's immune to that. That is exactly what he has wanted for so long. But Audra's not going to go down like that. Audra is not just going to roll over and let Ashley snatch her man that she's been working years to try to get, or to try to, settle, But yeah, I don't know if Ashley's going to win the battle for Tucker. I can only hope that she's going to win her own internal battle that's going on here. Because this week, well, we started hearing more and more voiceovers inside of Ashley's head, and the voices had some conflicting thoughts, and they were moving real fast, and she was begging them to stop. And I'm not quite sure how to interpret this. I'm not sure if it's meant to tell us that Ashley is hearing voices, like in a schizophrenic kind of way, like need medication type way, or if the voiceover is more just showing us what her internal dialogue is sounding like, because I don't know, I'm sure that if somebody put a microphone to my internal dialogues, then they probably would sometimes sound very stressed out and very contradictory and, you know, in a million different places bouncing around at once. So I don't know to what level of severity I'm supposed to be taking this. But it does seem like maybe coupled with the Paris incident, it seems like it's becoming increasingly serious, and so just something that she needs to be able to get a hold of. You know, I don't know if it's something that she's going to need medication for, if she's something she's going to need, like, just some tools for controlling. I don't know. Because the problem is, it's clear from the voiceovers that Ashley has decided that getting Tucker back is the plan that is going to fix everything. When, you know, we know what she really needs to do is fix her perspective and realize that she is going to be good with or without Tucker McCall. Because, yeah, I was cringing when Ashley called Abby and Devon out to lunch, and asked Devon to just throw out everything that she had said about Tucker and to forgive him once again. I don't know, Ashley. How could you possibly think that you are going to be able to fix Tucker and Devon's relationship when you can't even fix yourself? Okay, well, now we're finally getting a chance to dig in a little bit deeper on what's going on with Kyle, because we've seen these little spats between he and Diane, and they've been cropping up maybe once a week for the last couple weeks, but there's been no real delving into it. But this week, Kyle had breakfast with Mariah, and they talked it out a little bit, and it turns out that Kyle is at a little bit of a crossroads. He's made some decisions that have gotten him here. He feels like he gave up too quickly on the job that he really wanted, the co-CEO position at Chabot, which is currently causing some resentment toward Diane. And he is also revealing a little bit that he's lonely at home too. He talked to Tracy about that, and he was saying that he was worried about Harrison and the family life. And Summer's here sometimes, and now the nanny is off on this emergency, and he feels some instability in his life that's now kind of manifesting in some instability in Harrison's life. So he feels like he's not happy at home. He feels like he's not happy at work. He needs a change. And Mariah told him pretty much that. Pretty much, hey, Kyle, you have free will. You are responsible for all of the decisions that got you here. Yes, there are some things you couldn't change, but you've played your part, and now it's time to make some decisions to change it. And I liked that. I guess I feel like I needed that dose of Mariah realness, and I didn't even know that I needed it. We saw Mariah a couple times this week, actually, and that's when I realized, oh, we haven't really seen her for a while. As soon as I saw her once, I'm like, oh, Mariah, and then I saw her again, and I'm like, no, we really haven't seen her in a while, because she's apparently been very busy working the shadow job with Sharon at Cassidy first, and then of course she's busy taking care of Arya, probably in shifts, with Tessa, who had her first day at Society as the new manager slash hostess. And yeah, I think it's going to be nice and fun to see Tessa meeting and greeting everyone at the Society restaurant. I mean, I think that she's lovely every time that I see her. And, yeah, she just gives good vibes, and I think that's what a hostess should be. Mariah actually mentioned to Kyle this week that Tessa's vocal cords are still healing, and I really can't believe that it's been so long since we've gotten an update on that. It got dropped. Tessa had to have her surgery. It was very emotional and gripping, and then nobody mentioned it again. And I would think that Tessa would be crawling out of her skin by now, not being able to do the thing that has become her career and her passion, and now she's working at a restaurant, which isn't really, I mean, maybe it's nice and everything, but it's not dream fuel. Yeah, sure, I'm up all night with a baby. Sure, I want to go manage a restaurant all night. I don't know. I mean, if anything, I wish Abby would just sell Tessa the restaurant. I mean, if Tessa's going to be the one who is there all the time while Abby is off busy holding Devon's hand at Chancellor Winters, then I think they should just, expand the Society set to give it a stage and let Tessa take it over permanently. I am so glad that Abby and Chance are still friends. Chance is Dom's other dad, He's the other dad. And, I like him and Abby. I do think they still have a really good, warm, comfortable rapport. And I think that Chance is going to need another ally at Chancellor Winters. I just felt so bad for Chance this week. He was so excited about the music festival pitch this week, only to get a lukewarm reception from Devon and frankly just kind of a cold shoulder from Billy. And Nate, I'm sorry, but don't even act like you didn't know that was gonna happen. Nate knows all the dynamics at play, okay? He sent Chance into that like a lamb to the slaughter. And then he stood there looking all innocent like, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Please. Nate and Mamie are both two little sneaky sneaks just waiting for their opportunity to strike. And I felt bad because, all Chance is really trying to do is a good job. He's just trying to do a good job, which is so earnest and so relatable. I mean, how many people are like, I just want to do my job and come home. I just want to do a good job and come home. And then all this drama between Billy and Devon is getting in the way of that. And for once, Esther had it right. I mean, she saw it right away that all of the bickering and all of the jockeying for control is very inefficient, and it's working against what the shared goal for the company should actually be. Now, that being said, I actually do like the feud dynamic between Billy and Devon, mostly because I think it's very believable that their two personality types would not get along. I think they both are like alpha males, right? They both want to be the top dog, which creates conflict inherently. But then their individual personalities, their individual tactics and strategies, it just makes sense that they would grind against each other. Because Billy's kind of loose. And Devon's kind of tight. And it's just a recipe for drama, and I'm eating it up. And Chance and Nate are kind of in the middle. They're both like ducking around the drama, like ducking under, ducking up, trying to move around the drama. But good luck. Good luck. I think Nate's fueling the drama. I think he likes it. Because he said something to Tucker, was it last week, where he was like, go ahead, underestimate me. That's when I can do my worst or something. He said something that made me think he's not innocent. But anyway, so Billy is heading out of town for a while. Billy's going to go to Connor's school to support Chelsea and Connor, and he's asked Devon to keep Chance in the loop while he's gone, just to keep Devon in check while he's gone, and okay, we'll see how that goes. I feel bad for whatever Connor is going through that I can't see right now. I mean, whatever he's going through is its whole own ordeal, and then there's all this tension between the adults over it, but really isn't that the point? You know, I mean, I guess that's the point. That's the only reason. It's like soap kids exist only to cause drama for the adults, and in this case, it just seems to be, I don't know, it seems like it's existing to sort of draw out the Victor-like side of Adam. Like, Adam's very, how can this be happening to my son? Almost like he doesn't want to believe it, and he just wants to go in like a boxer and, I don't know, punch around and see if that fixes it. Yeah, but everyone here has history. Everyone here has history, said Amanda last week. Congratulations to the winners of last week's Who Said It quote, and that is Hannah, Lynn, Tanya, Kayla Rose, Dolores, Henry, Ron, Justin, Sharon W, Brittany, good old Marky, and Daisy. You guys all guessed Amanda. But can you guess this? Who said it? I had a good nap. Who this week had a good nap? Well, gee, if you think you know, you should go to yrchat.com to leave your guess. And if you guess it right, then I will give you your shout out during next week's Y&R Chat. All right, let's get down to the business of your comments, starting with Victoria, who says, well, Esther needs to buy a couple of time-out chairs. One for Billy and one for Devon. And as soon as Billy comes back to work, Esther should have him warming that seat. It took Billy no time to break his word to Esther. I am loving this no-nonsense Esther. It's exactly what Y&R needed. There needs to be some wise folks to call characters on their behavior. Mamie can't tackle this alone. Yeah, it was nice to see Esther this week coming in and being like, you know, I'm not trying to overstep, but you guys are acting like children. It's basically the role of the audience, right? That's what the audience wants to say. Dolores says Lily needs to return soon. However, the workplace is going to be shaky. Yeah, Dolores, yeah, I saw that Crystal Khalil is back on set. I think it might have even been last week that I saw that she posted something on one of her socials. And so that means that we're probably not more than 2 to 3 weeks from Lily being back, which is very exciting. And when that happens, is she the sole CEO? That's correct, right? Is Billy her co-CEO, or was Billy just filling in while she was gone? How do the titles shake out once Lily does get back? Good question. Gary says, I cannot tell you how impressed I was with bold and beautiful Chance Chancellor, who stood tall and trampled all over Paper Tiger Billy in their corporate exchange. Billy hates insubordination, and when Chance took no guff, Billy suggests that Abbott Chancellor Winters may need to revisit his hiring. What an insecure executive worm. Billy's latest outrage? Chance Chancellor? Yeah, I don't know why Billy is acting this way toward Chance. He had to overcome a hurdle to gain Chance as an ally, right? Because Chance had this preconceived notion about Billy, like he didn't know what he was doing or he wasn't going to be a very good mentor. And then as soon as Chance turned around and said, you know what, I'm actually liking with you, Billy, instead of embracing Chance further, he made an enemy of him. And it was really, really unnecessary. Not a smart move. Victoria says, well, today it became clear that Chancellor Winters needs a new CEO. Chance. He's Philip Chancellor's son and has the coolest head. Jill should step down and elevate this straight talker. This is one revolving seat that I am in favor of. Yeah, I know, right? Chance would be the perfect CEO. He's the middle ground in it all. He's neither Winters nor Abbott. He's the Chancellor. And as you say, the cooler head. Oh, hey, by the way, now that Amanda's in the mix, Victoria also says, who knew the couple that I needed in Genoa City was Amanda and Phyllis? Between the smooth teasing and ribbing lies a true friendship. I'd love to pull up a chair and spend some time basking in their energy. Yeah, the Phyllis and Amanda catch-up sesh was very nice this week. The thing that stuck out to me, of course, the most in that scene was that Amanda revealed that Naya had died. It was very addressed as if it happened a while ago. It wasn't that it just happened. It just almost seemed like it was yeah, I was sorry to hear about that, and well, it's time. So Naya was an amazing woman. I think it was almost like they were just immediately referring to her in past tense. So there's our resolution on that. Naya was so vibrant and wonderful, and then she just had this off-screen aneurysm, or I don't remember what it was, something, and then it was just downhill from there. Did anyone mention Imani, though? I really liked Imani. I don't know why Y&R couldn't have hung on to her. But yeah, that was a good scene. Oh, okay, so I have to be honest with you. I'm having a little bit of trouble mustering up a whole lot to say about the Connor situation, because it's just meh. I can't see any of it. I just have such a hard time connecting with something that I just can't see. Once I see Connor's face, and if I see him struggling, and then I think that'll help me connect to the story, but I'm struggling to connect now as it is. But Dolores had a really good comment, and it's long, so I'm editing it down a little bit here. But Dolores says, the Connor dilemma is the fault of all three persons involved. First, Adam should have coordinated the trip to see the specialist with Chelsea long before the day of travel to the school, rather than showing up and just declaring that they were going to go in his car together. Second, it's Chelsea's fault to allow Billy to assert himself into the situation, regardless of his past good relationship with Connor. Adam and Chelsea are the parents, and he has no right to put himself in the picture. And last but not least, Billy, with his high and mighty attitude, as well his open dislike for Adam, would trigger a hostile environment, being pushy and possessive of his relationship with Chelsea and giving him approval to voice his opinions and to faux parent in this situation. Billy, most of all, need to back down and stay in Genoa City and let Connor's parents be his parents. Yeah, I do think it's probably I think it's probably better if it was just Adam and Chelsea. I think absolutely Billy is a part of Chelsea's life, and absolutely Billy is a part of Connor's life. I would just almost think that they might want to play it small first. That maybe it would be best for Connor if it was just mom and dad, and let me just feel safe right now. Let me just feel safe with my mom and my dad. Of course, he knows that Billy's there. But at the end of the day, that's Chelsea's decision. If she wants Billy with her and she's okay with him coming, then she's the mom and that's her decision too. So yeah, it's just a communication failure between the three parties. scenes when the focus really should be on Connor. Gary says, Adam is a modicum of calm, but the other characters don't get it. I would be enraged to have Budinsky Billy taking the trip with he and Chelsea and looking into Connor's troubles. I don't care if Billy gets along with Connor or not, Chelsea. Billy is so self-important and high and mighty, and at the very least it's galling since Adam doesn't want his presence. Billy likes to take charge and worm himself into whatever he can, as I stated last week. Okay, so, well, I don't know, I guess I thought Adam looked really overbearing in those scenes. Yes, Billy, I mean, I guess, I don't know if Chelsea wants him there. I don't think he's butting in if she's asking him to be there, or she's okay with it, or she wants that support. And maybe Billy's not even going in to see Connor himself. Maybe he's going to hang out in the hotel room and just be there when Chelsea gets back. I don't know. But I thought Adam was the one that looked very overbearing there. Just like, it seems like every time we're talking about this, it's Adam going, well, I'm just going to bowl in a china shop, you know, and then Chelsea going, no, Adam, you had to rein it back in. It seems like Adam's coming off more bullish there to me. But again, it's a real snoozer for me. Like every time this comes up, I'm not going to lie, my eyes sort of roll back in my head. So you guys will know best. Don't hold me to my opinion on this storyline that I'm not fully engaged in. Sorry. Here's where I am engaged. Jordan. Everything about Jordan and Nikki. And Sharon W. says, I'm not sure I'm understanding the plan by Nikki. That Seth is contacting Isabel, Jordan again. At Crimson Lights, Nikki told Seth about her suspicions concerning Isabel, and then she asked him for Isabel's phone number to compare it to the alarming calls that Nikki's been receiving. And then Seth approaches Isabel. He asks her what she's trying to pull with Nikki. And then Seth tells Isabel that they'll go outside together to call Nikki. In turn, Isabel tells Seth to go ahead and call because she's looking forward to the reunion. Well, maybe I'm panicking prematurely because surely there will be a lot of dialogue in between what we've heard so far, but it just seems odd that Seth would just walk up to Isabel and ask, what are you trying to pull with Nikki? Seems as if that question would spook Jordan, causing her to run off and lay low again. Yes, Sharon W. Same thought. I just played it off. I just thought to myself, okay, well, maybe Nikki told him to do that for some reason, because if it's that Seth just decided to go rogue, Nikki was like, he's so in love with her. The flowers, you guys! He sent her that big bouquet of flowers. I mean, that's probably a $200 bouquet of flowers. I don't know if it was actually real or whatever, but if you're going to buy a bouquet of flowers that big today, that's probably $200. It's $30 for a little thing of flowers. That was an expensive arrangement. So he really shelled out the cash for the love of his life, Nikki Newman. And then she says, okay, Seth, well, maybe you can help me, darling, baby, kissy face, mwah, mwah. And then he turns around and decides to go rogue. I don't think so. I feel like maybe she told him to do that and it's part of the plan. Because otherwise, if he goes messing this up, I'm going to be mad at him. He can just take his flowers back no matter how beautiful they are. And they were. Sending flowers never goes out of style, gentlemen. Never. If you ask me, anyway. Well, Kamna says, is it just me, or is anyone else worried that Jordan may kill Seth? Yeah, I know, right, Kamna? Because that would really ratchet up the drama. We know Nikki's not going to die. We know Claire or Victor or any of the Newmans, they're not going to die. So could Seth be the one to die, or could Jordan be the one to die? Maybe killing a villain is CBS's thing right now. Maybe Y&R could follow suit of the sister soap and kill Jordan just like they killed. Daisy says Kimberlyn Brown is leaving The Bold and the Beautiful. So I'm wondering and hoping that they're setting the stage for Sheila to return to Y&R. I'd love for her to return and then see what havoc she can wreak all over Genoa City. Imagine if she was either friends or foes with Jordan. I hope Sheila returns, though. That would be a great twist on both soaps. This cannot be a spoiler if it happened like February 26th. You got to, if you have not watched Your Bold and the Beautiful, then just pause this and go watch it, because this cannot be a spoiler this late. But Sheila died, y'all. Apparently Sheila died on Bold and the Beautiful, and I gotta watch that tonight. I really need to see that, but it's not. I have stopped watching, but I will go watch that episode. I will have to. Steffi stabbed Sheila to death in a shocking twist. So that is very intriguing to me, and I must see it. And I immediately, when I saw this news, I was like, oh, Sheila's dead? How can it be? Because, okay, what I saw was Kimberlyn Brown reacting and saying, oh, I'm so sad to see this character go after all this time. And then the article was like, sure, Sheila's died 100 other times before, but this seemed very final. And I was really upset. When I saw that, I'm like, no, because Sheila, I mean, she was the reason to watch Bold and the Beautiful, and I don't have the time to commit to it right now, but I would have watched for her and Bill. Like, that would have been, yes, those are would have been the two biggest draws for me for coming back to Bold and the Beautiful. And just the idea that Sheila was killed and that they're actually going to, like, kill the character, it's very upsetting to me, but then I realized, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Somehow, some way, I don't care if her bloody body showed up on the show, she's not dead. She's going to show up in Genoa City, as Daisy predicts, and she's going to team up with Jordan, and that is going to give us a ton of drama that I can't wait for. All right. Henry says, so happy that it appears that the Jordan scenario is being accelerated to some degree. She's a murderer now and an arsonist and needs to be brought to justice ASAP. Plus, there isn't much more that the writers, can do with this storyline. Let's get on with it. Also, Henry says, Claire is my favorite character for now. So you don't like Jordan, but Claire's your new favorite character? Well, why? Why is Claire? Claire's fine, but I don't feel super drawn to her. I feel more drawn to Jordan. So tell me what it is that you love about Claire so much that she's your favorite character. I wonder if more people feel that way. Sharon W. says, I think we're off to a really great start with Claire. She's already able to stand up to Victoria while letting her know that the choice actually belongs to her, Claire. Her personality seems to mold into Victor's, and especially to the point that she wants to do anything to help the family. Moving forward, it will be refreshing to see Claire take a prominent spot in the Newman family, showing Victoria that she will need to drop some of the pretentious attitudes toward her entire family when things don't go her way. Yeah, and Victoria says the exchange between Claire, Cole, and Victoria was so touching. I had to dab back a tear. Claire has not only brought us a watchable storyline, but a return of compassionate Cole and a more dimensional Victoria. Okay, yeah, so Claire is the vehicle that's bringing us new depth to Cole and Victoria. But Sherrod says, I don't know. Claire's defiant attitude toward Victoria and her adamant desire to be so helpful with Victor in taking down her Aunt Jordan is exactly why I still don't trust her. I feel a con game happening. Yeah, Sherrod. I don't know if I necessarily think she's in on a con, but somehow the whole, let me help you and do everything, and I'm a Newman and I'm so happy to be here thing, to me, comes off as just a little bit brainwashy. She's just easily molded. She's just ready to jump on board with whoever's going to tell her, what's the best thing to do. Also Sharon W. and Victoria, you make good points that she held her own and she said, no, this is what I want to do. She was able to stand up to Victoria and assert that this was her decision and this is what she wanted to do. It's just, at some points I thought, gee, drink the Kool-Aid much? I see she seems really eager to be a team player with Victor Newman, which could end up being her downfall. Well, Daisy, too, says, where is Jordan getting her money to buy all of her wigs and clothes? Does she have a stash somewhere, or does she have someone helping her? Because it could be the show's wardrobe and nothing else, but Jordan seems like the type of person who plans ahead. Not only do I think that Jordan might have people helping her, I think it's possible that one of them is Claire. And this entire time, Claire, believing Jordan, has been conning the Newmans so she and Jordan can take everything from them, leaving them with nothing, like Claire was taught they did to her. Ooh, that's really interesting. So, yeah, it leaves a little bit of a question there. Is Claire is she really with the Newmans, or is she working against them? Because I think it's a good point. You never know. There could be a twist there. Oh, Diana says, Claire was talking to Victoria and Cole about how she always dreamed of the Newman Ranch when she was a kid and imagined that there were secret passageways in the house. I think this is Y&R's way of hinting that Aunt Jordan will likely hide in the ranch when she finds out that Claire is living there. A chatter mentioned last week about JT hiding in there at one time, and then it looks like they were right, and it'll be Aunt Jordan's turn now. Yes! My ears perked right up when I heard that about the secret passageways. Yes. I hope that happens. I hope it. Okay, switching gears a little bit. Diana also says, I'm predicting that Kyle and Summer may start spending some more time together now that Harrison's nanny's out of the picture for a little while. I think this will cause some friction between Summer and her new romance with Chance, as right now things are going very smoothly for them and without any drama. But this is just what Chance and Summer's relationship needs to shake things up a little. Yeah, Diana, we saw in the previews for next week. Seems like maybe Chance and Summer are going to be having their first hotel room rendezvous. So they're going to take it maybe to that level and then turn around, and maybe Summer's going to start to feel conflicted about what's going on with Harrison and her family, and maybe she'll start to feel drawn back to Kyle. Wow, Connie says, I understand creating soap drama, but let's be clear. Tucker asking Audra, his current girlfriend, to go have drinks with Ashley, his recent ex-wife, would be met with a resounding hell to the no. Have you lost your mind? I'm thinking we need more women writers to help better represent independent women. I love the soap drama, but I'm not a fan of the old cat fight scenario. Oh, Connie, you're right on there, aren't you? You're right. I'm a sucker for it. I'm just like, oh, a wedding cake in someone's face. Yay! I mean, I don't know why it doesn't get that. I don't know why it doesn't get old for me. But you make a good point. Like it was bad that Audra went to meet Ashley with. There's no way I would want to do that. No way. And Tucker shouldn't have wanted it either. Well, Sharon W. says, I think the matchup between Ashley and Audra is brilliant. The story is moving a little slowly, but when it picks up, these two will show what amazing adversaries they are. It's hard to know who to root for between them. I'm loving both characters. Their stories are very complicated. They both have personal issues that guide their behaviors. For example, Audra may have been solely responsible for helping to take care of an alcoholic father, whereas Ashley was always spoiled by her daddy who called her his beauty. Ooh, 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 Sharon W. Throwing in the daddy issue thing here for some reason, that's just so like, ooh, 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 I can't believe it. And then you should get there with like Audra having maybe this lack of parenting via a daddy figure, whereas Ashley has this like angelic father who like loved her, and the contrast there, oh my goodness, that is so good. Oh, I love that psychological sticky ickiness. Sue W. says, Ashley and Audra having drinks together, to actually wind up joining forces against Tucker would be a fun twist. Yes, Sue W., yes. I don't know why, but I just keep wanting someone to take Tucker down, an actual peg. I mean, the whole, like, whatever, we're going to release a press release about his previous off-screen bad behavior. I want somebody to actually take him down to peg, and the idea of Audra and Ashley teaming up together to do it, that's delicious. You know, last week I asked you guys if you thought that Ashley was faking her turnaround on Tucker, and this poll kind of became obsolete pretty quickly in the week as we started hearing the voices, and it started to become clear that it's really, I don't think she's faking it, like as in a conscious plan to like fool him in any way. I don't know, but the poll results did come down as 68% thought yes, she's faking it, but I just kind of wonder, I think that changed maybe as the week went on. We had some more information as the week went on. But Soap Treasures says, I've noticed Ashley hears the voices in her head, and I think she might have a split personality, which would explain her change from believing Tucker was so violent in Paris, and then she returns to Genoa City and suddenly decides that Tucker was right. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's the question here for me now. Are we talking on the level of like a split personality or a schizophrenia or something? Forgive my ignorance of what that exactly would be. Are we talking on a level like that of like a diagnosable condition, or are we talking on a level of just like, I don't know, maybe like a cognitive, something that could be controlled with like a behavioral therapy, or, you know, some, you know, maybe little coping tools and things that maybe she could, just getting your head together, like how everybody does. Is it like a mental issue, or is it just like you need to get your head together like everybody does? What level of severity are we talking here? I don't know. Oh, but here's something I know we can agree on. Here's something we know. Naomi says Tracy looked so pretty in that blue velvet jacket, and her short hair looks great. Oh, Naomi, that jacket. It looks like an old couch from the 70s and 80s, like an old couch from the 80s, from the early 80s, with that beautiful powder blue, deep powder puff blue jacket with the embossing on it, and then her short hair. She looked so good, and I'm really mad because I don't think I got a screen cap of it. It was very retro. I mean, it almost looked like sort of, I don't know, like, it was right. It was the best outfit of the week, no doubt about it. Could she be any more beautiful? And on that note, I have to tell you, okay, when I went looking at the CBS Soaps in Depth and found out about Sheila and everything this week, there was also a post on there, and it was something like Beth Maitland shares a like a makeupless photo or something like that. I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and see that. You got me. And so it was basically like Beth Maitland took a photo of herself, just like a, hi, this is me for real, not putting on makeup, not putting on airs. This is just like what I look like. Here we go. Everybody wants to look good for their selfies, right? Everybody wants to take the photo from the angle that makes them look the way they want to look, and the way that they think others will perceive them as being attractive. But Beth Maitland was just like, here is a natural lighting photo of my face. I'm going to post this and show you. And here's what she wrote along with it. Some rainy days, I look in the mirror and see all the wrinkles and the sunspots and blemishes and lines, she wrote. And then I remember how I got them. All of the sunny days and the laughter and the tears, the growing through change and pain and loss, the joy of triumph and surprise. Hey, let it rain. I mean, is that gorgeous? It's like all of the little things. It's like you see your face start to change. I was just thinking about this. Like you see your face starting to change, and it's like, oh, that line, or oh, that sunspot. And then, you think, well, but what about all the things that you gain? It's like you think about the ways things change and the things that you lose in your physical beauty or capability or whatever. And then think, well, like, but what about all the things that you gain, and like the memories and the wisdom and everything else that comes along with aging? And I don't think I'd trade it, like I wouldn't want to, even though I think I looked much better, or I looked, more, I looked young and beautiful when I was like, 19 or whatever, but I wouldn't want to go back to being my 19-year-old self. I was totally dumb. You know, I was totally insecure. So I thought this was a good, a good little ditty on, on aging. I'm like, okay, well, you look in the mirror and you can cringe, or you can look in the mirror and go, yeah, I earned it. Those are like my badges. Those are like my life. That's my life on my face right there. Good times and bad. So I thought that was really cool of her. And I would just love to see more Tracy here in the future, because I just think like there's something about Beth Maitland that really radiates out of her and into the character that she plays, and I would love to see more of her on the show in the next 4 years since we've been renewed. Kamna says, did you see Eric Braden's post on Instagram? Y&R got renewed for 4 more years. Best news ever. Yes, I did see that on Soaps in Depth. We are renewed, baby, into our 55th season. We're going to be able to celebrate season 55 in 2028. Yes! I was so happy to hear this news. My first reaction was, oh, thank God, I feel safe again. Well, gee, I don't suppose that I was thinking about all that aging stuff because it was my birthday last week. I don't suppose that's why that was all rattling around in my head. Thank you, everybody, for the wonderful birthday wishes. I really appreciate that. That was nice to see. It's like just nice to feel loved and feel appreciated on your birthday. And that's how I want you guys to always feel, too. And this week's birthday is Erin. Erin, your birthday is coming up. You are like, I feel like you're like a kindred soul, Erin. I hope everything's going good for you. March 8th is your birthday. So this is going to be, I hope, a special week for you. I love ya. I hope everything's going good in your world. And yeah, 4 more years of Y&R. That really does feel like a relief. Like, oh, good. Okay, I can exhale for 4 more years. I'll be fine. All right. Well, my goodness, I think that's everything I have to say this week. You guys should go to the website at yrchat.com to leave any comments that you have, and then come back next Sunday and we'll do it all over again, okay? I love ya. Bye.